Well, we don't have camera. Hold on one sec, folks. Let's see here. I forgot to turn the camera on. Anyway, welcome back to Starladder. We're just gonna hop right into the draft. It's CIS versus Dreamtime. Oh, that production value, so strong. It's our second of four matches on the day, and we'll take a quick look here at the group standings. Of course, I'm LDOB on the summit. I'm joined here today by Winter. Hi, Winter. How are you?
I'm a stealth assassin. You can't see me.
Well, yeah, you can't see me either, so I think you've rubbed off on me. You've used Nature's Guise on both of us. As the
I
camera's all black. It's gone dark.
I actually prefer Shadow Dance because you can't see me forever.
There you go. So this match, Dreamtime versus CIS, along with Tong Fu Wangzhou, the two like lesser known teams of the group. CIS, they've been the crowd favorite with some very clever and unusual picks. They love to run their Wraith King Sniper. We've seen them go for rapiers, just full YOLO mode from June. And Io's Mirana has been very impressive at times in the past, in the Sina Cup especially. They just joined Ace. And on the other side, we've got Dreamtime. Dreamtime also sitting 0-2, so both of these teams very much at the bottom of the bracket, and they've got their work cut out for them, as they've already played some of the tougher teams in the group. But well, with that being said, I think we'll just go ahead and hop into the draft. So, Winter, what are you seeing, buddy? Anything jumping out at you so far?
The Invoker and Slug ban seems very Southeast Asian because most of the teams here pick these two heroes very frequently. But on CIS ban, they took out Alchemist and Ancient Apparition. I didn't really expect Alchemist to be coming back as a support right now. I've seen him play as a support in a lot of the recent Chinese versus Chinese games already. Did I lose you?
Sorry about that. Was just trying to fix some settings on the stream and had to mute my mic, but should be good to go now. So apologies, guys. Still getting used to the new setup here, as we've changed quite a few things, and it's a lot for one man to handle. But I swear I'll be able to do it. So yeah, you mentioned just more of like a Southeast Asian style of bands. This does leave some of the Chinese favorites in the pool. The Shadow Shaman's still out there. There's also the
Lycan.
the Lycan was the other big one. As far as just like those early game, the teams in the Chinese scene that they're still favoring a lot of these strong pushing compositions.
Yeah, and Naga Siren is also one of the few heroes that can deal with the Bat Rider initiation with your song when he jumps in. And Dreamtime is going to take out the sniper.
Ah, the sniper removed. I don't think we'll see a Wraith King ban, but you never know.
Oh yeah, they've been picking Wraith King a lot because like his aura affects range heroes as well, that vampiric aura.
They
And
also,
they've been picking the sniper with the Wraith King together, a tank to protect the sniper and giving the sniper life drain.
yeah, it's pretty strong, and especially when he gets Mask of Madness, he's healing for a lot. But the other thing is they seem to like Skeleton Kane as a counter to Doom.
Oh
If
yeah,
he gets
okay.
farmed, you don't want to Doom him, but you also don't want to
But
ignore him.
I
So
get Necrobooks.
yeah, there's a lot of ways to counter Skeleton King, and Quaswex Invoker is one of the big ones, along with Necrobook. So there's also a Nyx Assassin in the pool. He's been a really popular ganker, although we've seen him more so when teams can also get Ancient Apparition, and they just run around with the two of them, shoot an Ice Blast, and follow up with a Nyx gank, and it's been a lot of easy kills for the teams that run the combo.
Yeah, not to mention there's also always Sunstrikes available. It's so easy for the Knicks to get a gank off. And at the moment, I think maybe Dreamtime could move into a really strong, if they want to go for, because since the Lycan is still in the pool, they can go for a very strong pushing lineup with the Bat Rider as their initiator and team fight controller. And with the Chen Creeps, they could mount a serious early game pressure lineup.
It's the Io Mirana as well. I really like his Mirana.
Do they not play him as a carry at all? Only
No,
support?
it's always been Io on the support Mirana.
Okay.
And he's really, I would almost say cocky, Winter, because he doesn't even level up Starstorm. He maxes Arrow first, levels up Leap over Starstorm as well.
Why not? Shoot arrow, hit arrow. You don't need your other spells.
Even
Since
okay,
you don't
but
have the mana you don't have the mana pool as a support to sustain so many spells anyway.
that's true. But even Sing Sing doesn't go that far. Granted, he goes mid, but he does max the Starfall first.
Yeah, the Starstorm is more reliable and helps you farm, but since he's a support, again, he doesn't need to farm.
Now people are saying you're much louder. Let me try reducing your volume a bit, and I will check with my mods. Sorry, go ahead. So Lifestealer the pick, and interesting choice. They are running a couple of heroes that can turn into farmers as supports, Naga and Mirana. I think they've been running the Naga support too. I'd be surprised if they actually played as a farmer.
Yeah, I seen them run Naga support, and it's pretty good setup for the Mirana, your end snare, the arrow. So it wouldn't be surprising if they pair the Naga with the Mirana as their dual supports, but rather greedy, I would say.
Yeah, it would be. The thing is, though, like, what are you gonna do? Run the Naga mid? She's just not really that strong on the dire mid.
I think, yeah, if you want to be running a Naga as a core, the mid lane is one of a very good position for the Naga to go for.
Even on dire side?
Yeah, I think so. I think it doesn't really. Well, it slows your farm down since you take a longer time to reach the jungle. But if you really do want to run the Naga as a core, I think you can still do it.
Oh boy, this is some hate for the Lifestealer. And if
Yeah.
they do want to run a farming Naga, some hate for her as well. So,
Bat Rider, Razor, and what else? They still have the Bane.
yeah. Bane is out there. Not a support that I mean, honestly, that's not a support that any of the Chinese teams have been picking, though. Like, that's much more of a CIS support, and I don't mean CIS the team, but CIS the region.
It's a CIS hero too. A very European hero.
Yeah. Well, see, if anyone's gonna pick it, it would be the most European of the Chinese teams in
I
CIS.
wouldn't be surprised if CIS picks it up since they are like running Wraith King, Sniper. I think they ran some other. I don't know if they ran Ursa. I remember someone picked Ursa recently. Can't remember who.
I can't remember either, but yeah, they're not afraid to experiment. That's for sure. As for Dreamtime, they tend to be a pretty stable and defensive team. They'll go for like fairly standard drafts, nothing too risky. Razor's a little unusual, but makes sense this game to deal with Lifestealer, and also actually does pretty well against Timbersaw in the laning stage too.
Hmm. They are going to use the Timbersaw as one of their. They just want something to be able to push out and defend against push. And Timbersaw can be one of the very effective spamming out the waves really quickly if he gets good farm early on. But if he goes to the off lane, like you said, he's not going to get too much. And if he doesn't come online sooner, I don't think they can really defend their towers early on.
Morphling. Good
Huh.
against Lifestealer, good against Naga.
Razor solo mid, or maybe Morphling solo mid. Depending on the matchup, though, they might want to switch up their lanes if they don't feel comfortable in doing Razor mid or Morphling safe lane or whatever. They can just put either way. Will work really well for them, regardless. Depends on whatever they put in the mid lane CIS. If whoever gets the better matchup can just go to the mid lane, doesn't really matter.
I do like Naga though, Morphling this game. There's just really very little lockdown for a Morphling, and
5 second arrow.
yeah, but even then he could still just turn on Strength Morph. So they have
And
decent burst
there's
damage.
Chen Heal. Send back.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very tanky Morphling, and finally I'm gonna get to see a Morphling where there's no Ancient Apparition on the enemy team.
Hmm. What else can Dreamtime go for right now? Maybe they can go for even more counters to Lifestealer. Shadow Demon support. You can purge him. And Shadow Demon Chen with Morphling means that the Morphling technically can't die.
Yeah, that Morphling would pretty much be God at that point. Disruption, send back, heal, mech. Does do well against Lifestealer too, like you were
Yeah,
mentioning.
but it's like going to be pretty good when they want to just use the Morphling as farming, since he can always disrupt the Morphling and create his own illusions. It's really really like good for the Morphling to have that if they want to go for the Shadow Demon.
Right. Wind Ranger, the choice from CIS. Look at this. This is a
What
5 core lineup. All these heroes need farm and levels. Wow.
I am having trouble with the lanes. maybe it's
Very greedy. I think we're
maybe
just
it's
gonna see the
winning.
roaming Marana.
Maybe it's like Timbersaw off lane, Wind Ranger middle. Since they want the last two pickups from CIS is two heroes that can defend against the push, right? AoE spam, Power Shot and Chakram.
Yeah, I mean, technically Lifestealer can jungle. Mouse Sports used to do that before TI3, but it's pretty slow and very low impact. So I don't expect that.
Uh,
I,
yeah,
I,
I don't think it's effective to jungle the lifestealer. It's always going to be the lane for him.
I think what we'll see here, Winter, is the offlane Timbersaw, Windranger mid, and then they're just going to roam the Mirana and Naga a lot. They'll start off top, but they'll probably just roam.
Yeah, and Dreamtime goes for the Bane, so they have three spells that's going to annoy the lifestealer. I think this lifestealer is going to have a really hard time dealing damage in the fights. It's going to have a really hard time. They need to like set up with. They have a lot of disables to stop the Bane, like the arrow, the chakra shot, and the ensnare. But it's gonna be whether the Bane positions himself nicely, or even the Bat Rider can be the one saving the last one for the lifestealer.
They've got a lot of lockdown for if this lineup can't deal with Lifestealer, then it's because they just got outplayed. Like they have a billion and one abilities to deal with him. Morphling a good carry to punish him. They've got the grip. They have Enfeeble. Razor can steal his damage. The ult will go through rage.
It's like their lineup is built to play with lifestealer.
This is the fuck you Lifestealer lineup. That's pretty much how I'm interpreting it. But we'll see how effective it is. Well, Winter, it's time for our second of 4 matches for the day. On the Radiant side, we have Dreamtime. On the Dire CIS, it's Starladder Season 9. This is China, but Lysander is also casting Korea over at twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit. So be sure to open them both up on multi-twitch.tv to make sure that you've got Asian Dota all night long. And we'll start with Dreamtime here. We've got Super on the Chen, Dreamy You, the Bane, Air going to be playing the Razor, and that does put XDD onto your Morphlane. Last but not least, in July, who's been very impressive recently on that off-lane Bat Rider.
And on the Dire side, we have CIS in Flame on the Windranger, June playing the Lifestealer, Ayo on his signature Mirana, Rolly, the youngest of the team, playing the support Naga Siren, and lastly we have Demons on the Timbersaw. He's actually going to try and hide.
The Demon spot.
This is actually a Demon spot.
The Demon spot by Demons. How appropriate.
I don't think they saw him, right?
No, I don't think they saw him. They saw heroes. They saw heroes over here, but they did not have a lane ward, so he could have easily back around and gone up to the lane.
Yeah.
How long will they find
he's gonna get? I think maybe if he's lucky, up to level 3 before the supports accidentally find him.
Well, they'll see his. Like, you just check the scoreboard. You'll be like, wait, he's getting levels. He's got to be here, and then they just have to find him.
Yeah, it's gonna take them some time though. But if he gets scouted out and the Chen is nearby, there's potentially killing chance if they are able to scout him out, and Chen has a good creep. And looking at the lanes at the moment, in July, he's going to be facing a Totem and a Naga Siren supports. They have a decent chance of killing him. They're going to go in right now.
Top lane, the arrow to fly, just barely off the mark. Well, he was slow there, man. That open wounds. He actually boots first, and he still barely got out of range.
He didn't. I don't think he expected the Naga to go in there because like the positioning of the bat was at the edge of the map, and he could firefly to the trees, and the creeps were like slightly blocking the. There was no clear shot of an arrow, so he didn't expect his teammates to go in right there.
Well, he's just hit level 2, and still no sign that they know where he is. They even have a smoke here on the Bane.
I don't think they'll be checking. Okay, they're gonna see him right now. Maybe if he. Okay.
Well, he got level 2 now, right? So he's got reactive armor, and the lane's pushing anyway. So like he's already in really good shape.
Yeah, he is. He did what he wanted to do. Got level 2, and the creep wave is pushing because like maybe I didn't see if they were controlling creeps or they were just like the Timbersaw is not in the lane. Let's just push out the lane so that we are able to pressure the tower.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they intentionally meant to do it, but the lane was definitely pushing. And we'll see a smoke gank here coming from top as Ruoli and Io make their move. His legendary Mirana, well, maybe not legendary, but definitely his
2-minute rune. They're gonna wait for the bat to scout the rune, maybe.
But he reveals the smoke from the high ground. With the bat, I feel like that's not a good angle. When the bat's missing, I mean, where else is he gonna be? He's either in the woods or he's checking the rune. So seems like a weird time to force it.
Yeah, it was a really hard position, like you mentioned. Like the bat has to be standing on the high ground, scouting the rune. So if you're trying to go for smoke gang towards middle, you have to either try to go from the lane itself, or just wait for the bat to go back to the jungle, or go back to the top lane before you attempt to pass by the river.
Yeah, what you'll see the more experienced teams do is they'll just like sit back in this area, let him check the rune, and then when he goes on the rune, then you try and kill him, like you're saying. But
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still really like difficult to kill with the two. If you don't land a long arrow, like a long duration arrow, you're not gonna kill the bat that easily. That was still a really hard position for them. But at the moment, I feel like maybe DT still has a jungling chance. So they're still gonna be contented that the ganks didn't happen and the Chen is still farming. He's level 4 at the moment.
There could be a sleep bottom here. Nope, actually, not gonna bother with it. They're not really keeping this Timbersaw out of lane at all. But in July, level 3, so the offlane's pretty comparable. I think the big difference is you look at these CIS supports, that failed smoke gank has really set them back. Level 1 and level 2, already the Chen is level 4. He's the lead level in the entire game.
Oh, the bat, top lane. Bat in trouble.
They're also going on bottom right while this happens. But yeah, in July caught out and could be our first blood.
Nope, tranquil boots.
They almost got demons as well. Bottom, he's trapped in the trees. He's got no tangos. Timber changes well. Will he die to the Ancients? I guess he needs the Fountain Trip anyway. Buys the TP
Yeah, he's
scroll.
gonna suicide.
Yeah, suicides. They're not done.
Oh.
They're hunting the bat. Double suicide. The plays from both offlaners. The offlaners are just not having fun. They're being... Normally, this is the patch of the offlaners and the supports, but not this game. This game, the offlaners are getting bullied.
Getting bullied by neutrals.
Yeah, by neutrals. But yeah, this Chen is really busting the game open in terms of experience. Already, they're up 600, 700 gold, only 4 minutes in, and it's again a Mirana who just hit level 2, Nog only 2. That's a big level discrepancy.
It's really still a really huge lead. I feel for DT.club, even though that no one took any kills, but I think they are still in a very favorable position right now with the jungling Chen. He's gonna be able to push down towers pretty effectively as soon as he has 2 creeps, and he's gonna be level 5 soon.
The other thing is, their offlaner's a better comeback hero anyway. Like, that's gonna have an easier time catching up on farm later, so yeah, that really gives them the leg up.
When the Chen decides to push towers, means he's not going to occupy the jungle, and when that happens, the bat can occupy the jungle. Middle lane.
Oh, a lot of damage stolen here. Inflame has got to be careful about the plasma field.
Arrow.
He's baiting the 5-second arrow, but I don't think they kill him. Oh, maybe they will. Pops the rune, turns it around. He's got 100 toll plus damage, but it won't matter. First blood onto air. Io delivers. That was really confident from the Windrunner. That's having some trust in your teammate there.
The trust was there.
The trust really was there.
He was not gonna die anyway since he still has Windrun, but the thing is the communication and the position where he knew the arrow was coming from.
I think he would have died. There's a level 3 plasma field. Like, he was almost low enough to die to the plasma field nuke. It would have been close.
Yeah, true. It would have been really close as well, but a lot of trust there for the arrow to hit.
Yeah, look at the 2 safe lanes. Morphlane free farm for Lifestealer free farm. Neither going greedy, just straight phase boots for the Lifestealer. Looks like a Reign of Aquila coming out soon for the Morphlane. Treads first. But yeah, nobody's playing greedy. So, DT, you go towards the mid game, and they're a scary lineup. Oh no. Haster gets denied.
Yeah, but the Lifestealer will actually come online quicker than the Morphling, and the Morphling needs more time to be strong. So maybe the Lifestealer has to like move around to try and get some kills with his team as soon as he has this. Maybe go for his quick armlet. When the armlet comes out around 9 minutes before 10, and he's gonna be ready to fight. But the Morphling is not gonna be ready to fight at that point.
Of course, that if he starts moving around for fights, then you have to wonder, will he get good fights? Because he's up against, again, a lineup designed to counter Lifestealer. So, the other consideration is there's no puck, there's no storm, there's no clockwork. There is
no
just like,
vehicle.
No vehicle at all.
And I feel like their lineup is like they have 2 defenders against the push, the Wind Ranger and the Timbersaw, but their carry doesn't really out-carry the enemy's carry.
Right, like why do you want to stall the game if there's no point to stalling it?
The good thing is like they have supports that aren't really supports.
They have 5 cores in theory. Like they have 5 heroes who can become carries, or semi-carries at least.
But none of them can be like a super strong carry later on, unless the Lifestealer gets very far ahead. That's like the only way. And like you said, they have the counters to Lifestealer. So even if he gets really farmed, it's still not assured. He's not assured to have a really good team fight.
And ultimately,
against the DT heroes.
Ultimately, sure, they're running 5 carries, but they're just not getting much off the map. Again, their supports are both level 3. This Chen's level 5, almost 6. And sure, you can run 5 farmers, but if there's nothing for them to farm or they're way behind, it doesn't matter. And they're not stacking
Oh,
ancients.
the,
I just
the
don't think they're
Mirana,
getting enough.
the Mirana is going to be at a good position to dispel the smoke. Wow, really good.
Dispelled the Bane and the Chen creeps, but Chen
Yeah,
still
he
smokes.
was standing at a good position to scout out for the 8-minute run, right up the cliff there. So there was no way that the smoke gankers could have caught her first before she reveals the smoke gank.
I feel like both teams' smoke ganks have been real sloppy, but bottom lane, they'll go in on Demon. Nope, not gonna commit. Like, top lane, they tried to go to the rune right when the bat was missing and the rune was spawning, and then bottom lane, they smoked through the rune right when the rune's about to spawn.
Yeah.
Awkward timing to go gank.
Yeah, this tower is going to be really hard for them to hold. Mirana's going to try and hit the arrow here. Nope.
Oh, close though.
Yeah, they could have possibly tried to go on the morphing if they hit the arrow, but yeah, too bad.
Yeah, with a level 6 Timber, so I think they could do it. But now the go's
The
gonna happen the
Storm.
other way.
Centaur Storm.
They need to back right now. They need to retreat out. Replicate gets created. I think we'll see a TP home, but Dreamy U, they need to send him back fast and in a hurry, and it's just too late. Can't get back in time.
They tried to go for the kill, and the tower's even going to get denied at this point. The lifestealer TP here was very, very on point.
Top lane, there's a lasso, but Naga level 4.
The Razor teleported up. Yeah, they can get this kill if they get the lasso.
They saw the TPs go bottom, and now they're going to go on top. The Naga gets caught, and nowhere for Rolly to go. That was good game sense, though. As soon as they see the TP's bottom, they're like, there's nobody to come defend this Naga. We can easily get this kill.
Yeah, true. And they will be able to deal a lot of damage to the tower as well. The Bat Rider cleared the creep wave with his Firefly, and now they're going to be free to hit the tower right now. Still a pretty good trade-off.
Blink, too.
Yeah. Pretty good trade-off after the fight they lost at bottom. Lifesteal is going to deny the tower here.
And he's going back for a Midas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 10-minute Midas.
Okay, I totally did not expect that at all. But I guess they are like thinking maybe they're gonna try and draw out the game, like prolong the game slightly, and so he's gonna try and outfarm the Morphing with his Midas, since Morphing doesn't have a Midas, and Morphing is not really a good hero to go for a Midas on the safe lane. Maybe if you go middle, you can get a Midas, but safe lane, I'm not so sure if it's really good.
Yeah, guys, for those wondering about the audio issues in Perfect World, or in the server, it's nothing to do with our connection. It's just Perfect World and the routing we have to the server. Unfortunately, the Great Firewall is a fearsome foe, and apparently our internet is not up to the task.
I'm actually having very good ping to Perfect World right now.
I saw you at 500 ping in the last game, Winter.
But there's no like animation loss and stuff, like everything is really smooth.
No packet loss.
Yeah, no packet loss.
Well, I haven't been losing packets. I think it's maybe when people are... It might be on the other side of the connection. There's issues sometimes when you send the audio to Dota TV, and then there's issues sometimes when people are listening to it from the server. So I'm not sure which end the issue is lying on. But anyway, they're smoking up now. And in July, looking for a lasso.
Yeah, his first blink gank is gonna succeed on Io.
Oh yeah, there's just no way Io gets out of this one. If he does, he's Houdini. Confirmed, not Houdini.
He actually, wow, you're actually right. He does this all the time. 2 points lead, 2 points arrow. Doesn't even bother about Sasong.
He's just confident in his arrows, man. What can you say? The man believes in himself.
Yeah, the self-belief is there.
I would like to see the mech before they really force this, though. DT, Morphling has gone straight Ghost Scepter. No Ethereal Blade. Actually, or sorry, no Linked Sphere, which we've seen a lot of lately, and no BKB, which I think I've seen Sylar do once. But I quite like Ghost Scepter.
I think I like the Ethereal Blade choice as well, since like it's gonna be protecting your teammates against the Lifestealer, and not to mention Ghost Scepter is good against the Ensnare as well early on if you get caught in an ugly position. So that's a pretty good pickup in my opinion.
Yeah, and I personally am not a fan of the Linked Sphere Morphling. Like, most times when you go Linked Sphere, you don't do anything for the first 25 to 30 minutes.
Wow. The Morphing almost died to the Timber Saw.
Yeah. He's really vulnerable to that burst damage, especially when he Agimorphs. So squishy. They have a Fiend script soon, but not yet, and the pings come out on June top lane, but they'll just pressure mid. Bats picked up a smoke. Look for him to head somewhere. Where's it gonna be?
Probably try to kill the Lifestealer with the Bane.
They have no grip
Maybe
yet,
not.
though. No grip yet.
Yeah, they can't. They need more damage.
We require a Fiend script. He'll come mid instead. Has not popped the smoke. And CIS are
Yeah.
playing it real safe.
Bottom lane, they're gonna try to trap the Morphling in the jungle. Timbersaw is coming in from the side and Wind Ranger is pushing out the lane. Meantime, the Morphling's teammates have just smoked up and trying to get a pick off before they proceed through the tier 1 middle.
I
They're
don't
gonna go top.
I don't like this if they go on the Morphling. They're still Hand of God.
Yeah.
That's very risky.
It's a very difficult kill, unless they can burst him down.
I mean, even with the Shackle, I don't think they get that kill, but certainly not without it.
Shackle, 4 points Timber Chain, 2 points Rolling Death, and 1 Chakram.
But,
Yeah, with the Hand of
Morph
God,
and
it's very
heal.
difficult.
Yeah, the Hand of God is key. And they'll go in mid now.
He doesn't have mana for Hand of God right now. They're gonna try and go from behind.
They're coming in. They'll go on the Lifestealer. He gets off rage. The ensnare from the Chen comes out as well. They're stacking their stuns. And he'll just infest the Chen Creep. Send it back! Send it back! He's done it! Back to the well, June! He pops right out. Feeds his own life away. Ay, ay, ay.
Yep. That's not gonna help you survive that.
I've only seen that happen one time before, Winter, and it was Havos. But the thing was, they sent the Chen Creep back, and Havos just stayed in the creep, right? Because the creep doesn't despawn until you take over more creeps. And I think it had been the most recently dominated creep, so the enemy Chen slowly started taking creeps over, and then finally Havos like found a good opportunity to jump out.
Yeah, or maybe he's like trying to trick the Chen. I'm actually not in this creep. Move your creep out.
Yeah, actually, I think what happened was Havos paused the game and was like saying that something like that in all chat. Like, you got the wrong creep, man. You got the wrong creep. And they're like, no, we got you. We got you, Havos.
Mind games.
Fiend script? No, just the sleep here. Quick TP out. No song. No arrow.
Oh, I think they... Oh, actually they didn't have vision on the Bane because like the Wind Ranger didn't pop his Wind Run and Force Staff to get there to Shackle. They could have gotten the kill on the Bane.
Yeah. Actually, with the Force Staff, they definitely could have, yeah. Didn't even realize she had one yet.
But at the moment, I still think the momentum is hugely in favor for DT right now. After the lifesteal decided to go for Midas and he died, they're going to try and smoke here 3 of the heroes, Naga, Potem, and the Wind Ranger.
Yeah,
There's no one at top. There's no one at top. If they just want to push out and maybe try and get the tower with a pick-off.
Well, it's kind of obvious these heroes are missing. I'm just looking at the Radiant Vision. They see a lot of the map.
Yeah, they do. They just need to push up the other lanes and it will be really obvious. Oh, the arrow? Okay, not gonna hit this time around. So they already rebuilt themselves. So DT.club is gonna proceed to group up the other 4 heroes at bottom, taking a trade here.
BKB's out on the Razor, and he's really god in these fights. Like, they can't kill him right now. I don't think they can force this tower, honestly.
Unless they song when he BKBs and snares him. That's like the only way.
Right, but they don't have the damage right now, I don't feel. It's just a phase boots, lifesteal, and now they'll go in bottom lane. There's a lasso, but a well-timed shackle will hold the bat in position 1-for-1 so far. Bat's fallen. Timber buys back immediately, and now they just want to retreat. Arrow to fly. Nail super in the back. He ain't escaping from this. He'll fall. Now XDD could be next. The timely buyback from Timbersaw. Doing a lot of work. He doesn't have a replicate up. Trying to run. Trying to strength morph. He's not going to have a waveform for some time. Power shot will fly. But Razor's here. Big, bad final boss Razor with the BKB. And yeah, they have 5 alive, and they don't even want to think about chasing that Razor.
Yeah, the buyback was really, really timely and was at a very good position to capitalize since they were trying to kill them near the tower. That was a really good buyback that turned the fight. But I still think it wasn't that bad in the end for DT.club since they didn't lose like the Razor or the Morphling. It was still alright. They lost the Bat and the Chen.
Yeah, for a buyback this early, definitely worth it. Arrow will fly. Off the mark, and now there's a Fiend script ready on the Demons. There's no arrow to cancel it. He's really helpless for now. June's going to come in, but already they've cleaned up the Timbersaw. We'll also have a little server lag. There's a Plasma Field slow to retreat, but yeah, that was just good game sense. Arrows were done. There's nothing to stop this Fiend script.
Yeah, even if they still had the arrow, they could just like block, protect the Bane. But yeah, without the arrow, there's no way that the Timbersaw is going to survive that.
And now it's not really so worth it. 2 for 2 and a buyback. And the Timbersaw died twice. He's just going to be very poor now this game.
He was also building into the mech, and if you get the mech late, the effectiveness of the mech goes down the drain very badly. So he's not gonna get the mech anytime soon.
No. This mech is like 23, 24 minute mech.
If he's lucky, he get it by around 2021. If he's lucky.
That's like pushing it, I feel, because there's so many heroes that are sucking creeps up off the map. Like, this is a very greedy draft. They need a lot of farm.
Arrow? Nope.
E-Blade's coming soon as well. And now top lane, they might make a go on the Wind Ranger. Yeah. She's gonna get the tower, and she's gonna pay with her life.
And
She might get a
for
kill.
sure. She's dead for sure. No way. There's no way he's gonna get a kill.
Just gonna feed. Got the tower, though. No, it was
He
denied by the
actually,
denied.
if he ran right after she got the tower, she would have survived and dodged the smoke gang.
Yeah.
But she tried to kill the Chen.
Could have gone either way, honestly, and just TP'd out, but... Force staff, wind run, TP. No such luck.
Morphling is gonna be forced to abandon the bottom lane.
Io's been caught out here by some Chen creeps. Tries to deny to the enemy neutrals. Waveform is ready, but just not long enough range. He hesitated there. I think he should have just waved sooner.
Yeah, he could have waved sooner, but he was he didn't do it.
This is not a good dive, I don't think. BKB's up on the Razor, has popped his ult. He's doing a lot of damage, and they'll need to retreat now. They'll do it. But XDD on the chase. Keep on running. Infest pop back out. Is there flame break? There is. Will it connect? Arrow onto in July. They turn around for him. Chen, no hand of God. Not in range for a send back. Just the creeps coming in now. The Bat's still alive, though. And they bring down the Naga. They keep on driving forward. They'll have the Ethereal Blade in the middle of this fight. And, well, a Naga for a Bane in the end.
Yeah, support for support. But they tried to kill the Bat as well. They could have just got out with one casualty.
Super. He's got mech here. Not going to get it off. Yo, he does! Just in the nick of time. Running back in. Power shot cooling down. Force staff into a power shot. Nope, not going to go for it.
He's going to pick up his Blade from the side. Okay, he's going to most likely get a kill here. They don't know that he has
easy kill. Easy kill. Marana's at 300 health. He could get like 2 or 3 kills. Windrunner's food. He'll just go for the Marana. Doesn't kill her. He's all strength morphed. XDG.
Oh, he wasn't. Yeah, he was actually at so much strength when he did that.
Oh, that was very... He had a double kill there if he was Agimorphed. Could have... Just could have, like, honestly... Shotgunned down the, like, 400, 500 HP... who was it? Wind Ranger? And then just right...
the Bane is gonna die here as well.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Man.
That was a really huge turn of events. From the Morphing getting kills, and he loses his teammates in the end.
And now he knows, now they know he has E-Blade. So now it's not, it's still effective, but it's not like, you know, the surprise easy double kill that it could have been.
Yeah, but still it's going to be a lot of pressure on all the other 4 heroes apart from the Lifestealer. They can't really try to farm too far out of the map since the Morphing is going to be able to pick off either one of them if he has his agility at max.
This is why I like the E-Blade build, though. You're 20 minutes in. If you go Lincoln Sphere, now you farm for your next item.
It's the amount of pressure you exert with the Lincolns is not as much as... Well, you can push lanes safer and push lanes quicker because of the mana regen and the defensive capabilities of the Lincoln Sphere, but you can't kill enemy heroes.
Right, and if you can't pressure them and they just have a better flash farmer, like a Luna, we've seen a lot of...
Anti-Mage?
Anti-Mage. Yeah, like, Morphling actually doesn't flash farm that fast compared to some of those heroes. He has no bouncing glaives, no cleave from a Battle Fury. He still farms quickly, but it's not...
they're gonna try and go in with the Moonlight.
This is my preferred build, but there's no sentries here. This could end badly. The Chen's the focus. Now they back off for the Bat. They're really hesitating about this initiation. No, they've missed their opportunity.
Wow, they actually could have like had a really good fight since none of the heroes have sentries. They just delivered one set of sentries right now.
And now they're going towards Roche.
Oh, they actually had a gem before. Did they have a gem before the fight? Okay, maybe they had.
I think did it just get delivered? I didn't notice.
I'm not sure.
If they had a gem, they weren't playing.
I think they had the gem just now.
Yeah, I don't think it was in range though, because like the Chen didn't even react when they went.
Oh, they're gonna smoke. They smoked.
They're waiting on the high ground. They do have a Song of the Siren here. If they use it offensively though, they better get some quick kills. The Radiant side for the time being. They haven't seen the backstab. It's coming right now. They'll notice soon. Shackle onto the Illusion, or rather onto the Bane, but doesn't connect. XDD dropping low, not dead yet though. Throws out the shotgun, has not killed anyone off. The Marana brought low, but not dead. It's all up to Big Razor to bring him down. The Song gets popped. They've already killed Bane. They'll cut their losses here at a 1-for-0 advantage actually, and they retreat, but they keep on chasing demons. No, Hard to defend against this Razor, though. He's very spirit. Plus 196 damage right now. Wow. Arrow, but no BKB. He's in a little bit of trouble. No, be okay.
I thought they would have lost more heroes there in that engage, but because the Shackle Shot didn't land, they couldn't pick off more than one. They're gonna still pursue the
They have
trend
E-Blade.
right
They have E-Blade to keep Super alive, though, if they need it. I don't think they want to die for this. They'll actually use the Ethereal Blade offensively on the Mirana. They Flamebreaker back, get the kill, weave over the top, bring down 2, and Inflame could be next, barely surviving. Good patience here from DT. No lasso. So in comes the Timber Saw, driving through, blasting the enemy heroes low. Can't quite bring them down, though. That was just... this Ethereal Blade makes it hard for CIS to complete kills.
Oh, here comes the Morphing again. Ethereal Blade, 5 seconds cooldown. He might be able to find a pick off here.
So they sent him back, and then he just replicated back in, it looks like.
Yeah, they sent him back before that, yeah.
That's a really good combo. You don't even need Boots of Travel.
Just look at his HP, he's like at 600 health right now. If the Timber Saw catches him in one combo, he's dead.
Yeah, I think he'll need BK. Like, this is a good BKB game, honestly. I guess he could go Lincoln's, but there's just so much magic damage.
I think it's still okay for him not to go BKB if he positions himself. As long as he doesn't get touched by the Timber Saw, he can go for something like a Skadi or Manta after this. Yeah. But he needs to position himself well if he wants to do that.
Well, we're about 24 minutes in. It's an 8k gold lead, a 3k experience lead here for Team DT. It doesn't feel overwhelming yet, but it could quickly become overwhelming as they have the Force Deafen on the Batrider. He's working towards a BKB. Just really important items coming out for DT. The Yasha towards a Manta style, perhaps. These items can just win them the game. Like, they're not...
Oh, the arrow. Wow.
It's not like getting a Vlad's on a Bounty Hunter. Like, these are game-changing items they're picking up.
Yeah, I'm coming back to the thought where you were saying that a BKB on a Morphling, and I'm thinking that if they go BKB Morphling, BKB Razor, and BKB Bat, they can just initiate and the Song of the Siren wouldn't do anything to them. So the BKB Morphling could end up being a very good idea for them.
It's always a risk against Naga, I guess, if she songs at the right time and you're the only one who's BKB'd, but he's still a difficult kill, because again, it's all magic damage.
He's gonna get a kill, LD.
Oh.
He's invis up.
Oh, he is invis. I can hardly even tell. He looks pretty similar.
Yeah, he is invis. It's really weird. Looks really weird.
Just need to look at the buffs. Oh, if this Naga leaves the tower... Oh, it's illusions, though. Well, I don't think he's gonna go for those.
Yeah, they saw him having the invis rune when he was farming in the lane before. They're playing really carefully, really cautiously, knowing that he's not on the map, trying to find a pick-off. And in the meantime, DT is just grouping up the rest of the heroes bottom so the Morphling can exert as much pressure as he can across the map.
They're still working on the tier 1 mid, though. Glyph available, will be forced out, bottom lane.
Oh, the bat is back. You know,
DT
they
going
want
for
to
the
try
push.
and find a pick-off here.
No BKB, but he could just lasso it in flame. Flame breaks. Tower will fall, bottom as well as mid. Not a bad trade. But now the lasso. They've caught one out. Pulling back into the middle of the fray. Wind Ranger just unable to react. Now asleep on
here
the
comes the
rolling.
Bane.
He's got a Fiend's Grip available. Here comes Air. June on the run. Net with their follow-up. That was an interesting rage.
Yeah,
I don't know what rage does for you
some
this game.
global stun or something.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's gonna catch you, it's like a Fiend's Grip or a lasso. But hold that
lasso, yeah.
CIS. They're going to contest this Roshan, and XDD says, great, I'd love some free kills. But remember, he's 560 HP. He walks right into the chakram, half his health gone. Jeez,
yeah. He needs to be really careful, like I said, with his positioning if he goes for full agility against Timber Saw.
Never. Sometimes you have to, though.
Never go full agility?
Except when you do, and then it works. Diffusal
They're still gonna be trying to get the Roshan. It's gonna be dangerous. There's a song.
Look at this, the Diffusal Blade for the Ethereal Blade. They're gonna try and counter this. He is very reliant on the Ghost Scepter right now. If they can just focus him with the Lifestealer to finish him off,
here comes the arrow.
Timber Saw, that could be the difference.
That was really close. That was really close.
Now the bat's
The lasso
looking...
and Firefly is up.
Blank, but he blinks into a Shackle Shot. Very unfortunate. Dropping low, now the Ethereal Blade, now the lasso. Timber Saw's coming though. Morphling's got to stand clear of this one. They'll drop the Timber Chain as well as the Whirling Death. They only bring down the bat though. And after his lasso was used, now a Fiend's Grip. Great grip. Nothing to cancel it here. And that's going to be a 2-for-1. And with the Naga dead, that's Roche. Unless she buys back. And she does not have it.
Yeah, she doesn't have buyback. This Roche cannot be defended anymore. But that was rather surprising that the Windrunner after landing the shackle shot on the bat, but she still wanted to insist in fighting that. Her teammates were like so far behind. They're still gonna try and contest the Roche.
They're too late. They've already given up the Aegis, and DT actually, without the Fiend script, might back off. No. They have the Axe on the Razor. You know, it's funny, Winter, like, everybody in this game is so mobile that Razor just hasn't actually done much. He's been, I mean, he's 6-2 and 4, but I feel like he hasn't been a threat for the most part. He just kind of runs around and scares everyone away.
Yeah, he can't exactly kill anyone that...
But he can scare them away very well.
Yeah, because like everyone, like you said, has some sort of escape mechanism, and there's an ensnare to go through his BKB. You can't really lock down the Timber Saw with Timber Chain as a Razor. But he's gonna be the tank, and he just needs to like buy space for the Morphling to pick off heroes. I don't think it's a huge deal that he can't really hit anyone.
And he's great when he's sieging the towers with the eggs now.
Yeah, true. He just needs like to siege the tower. He doesn't need to be killing heroes.
Well, 29 minutes in, they'll begin their push here on the top lane. Looking for their second, actually third tier 2 of the game. Mid lane, in July wants to go in. He's already got Gem and BKB. Oh my goodness. This is a very fat bat. And a very dead Wind Ranger. She'll try and force step down. Still dies.
Wow, he actually...
I think he force stepped into the Flame Break as it connected.
No, he got hit by the Flame Break before the force star, but I didn't expect him to die there because like the Bane didn't want to use his grip on him.
It was the Firefly as well, I guess, that finished.
Yeah, the Firefly was still there when he was first stopped down, so that was too bad for him. And there was also one last right click. One last right click from the Bane.
Morphline's got Aegis though. He can just go in for an easy kill. Almost kills off Demons immediately. He'll fall. And now the Lifestealer has no car to get him to freedom. No Timber Saw to deliver him onto the fight. So he'll just die. And they'll just push the base. This will be Rax for DT. Probably the game as well. CIS, that 5-core lineup, but they just never got the farm. Even
no, they can just proceed to the middle lane since there's no song. I don't think they can defend this Rax as well. It's just too difficult. They are too far behind. And the lineup needs more time to get online too. Like you said, they need much more farm on all their heroes.
And there's no song for this one for 2 minutes. They still have Aegis. They've got a lasso ready. Even in July, this is just picture perfect for DT to win the game right now.
Yeah,
so go in now. This is for the GG. On to June. They'll steal the damage. He just melts quickly and firmly brought down. And now Morphling on over the top, looking for a shotgun, blasts him in the face. That'll be it. That's Rax. DT will take 2 lanes, and CIS. They make it interesting, but they just don't have what it takes this time around. DT looking more solid here, and they needed this win desperately. They lost to Tong Fu Wayne Zhou yesterday. Like, they needed this win so bad.
But I think they just picked too greedily their heroes. They were just... I'm not very sure why they think they could have held the game against the Chen, but maybe they were feeling that as long as the Wind Ranger and the Timber Saw got their levels, they could hold the push for as long as possible for the other 3 cores, like the other 3 heroes to get farm, but it wasn't the case.
Well, Winter, that's a much needed win for DT. We can actually look at our group standings here, guys. This was our second of 4 matches, as I'm trying to remember how many fingers is 2. Counting is hard late at night. So DT now is 1-2. This puts CIS at 0-3, so they're firmly at the bottom of the group. LGD also 1-2. We're going to see more of some of these other teams in the middle of the pack. Tong Fu Wayne Zhou 1-2, so there's 3 teams at 1-2, 1 team at 0-3 in CIS, and as we look forward to our schedule, which I'll show here in just a second, what do we have coming up next? We're going to have the big match of the day. This is the one everyone's excited for. DK versus Vici Gaming. Well, Winter's not excited.
Is that the next match or the last match?
Mushi versus RTK. We get some awesome Dota.
Mushi versus RTK. I think I want to see some Zeus AA Prophet.
Hey, it worked for DK last time. Why not? You know what's amazing is it's Burning who's drafting, right?
Really?
I believe he
that.
is, right? He's been in the captain slot anyway, so I can only assume that He's the one who's going for these global
Yeah,
strats. But it seemed more like a Mushi thing to do.
yeah, it actually seems more like, I don't know, but I never really talked to him about who was drafting their
Yeah.
team, so I'm not really sure.
I guess they've bounced back and forth a little bit, but yesterday Mushi even played offlane Centaur, and we all know him for
Yeah,
his solo mid.
I saw that game.
When I saw that draft Winter, I was like, okay, there's no way Mushi's gonna play Invoker, because if he did, then Winter would be wrong about something involving Mushi, and he's never been wrong there. And you were right in the end, buddy. So, all right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break here. Coming up next, we have DK versus Vici Gaming. Those two worlds will collide soon. You're watching Starladder China. Starladder Korea is also going on at twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit. I'm LD. He's Winter. He's invisible. And you can follow us on Twitter. Twitter.com/LDDota.
I'm not invisible.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. That's pretty invisible. And Twitter.com/WinterDota. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.